A very good evening and a warm welcome to all our respected guests and to dear learners. I am Dr. Ria Chakral from the Homeopathic Academy, and we are here today to discuss a very interesting topic, the art of cracking competitive exams and job interviews with Dr. Monica Devgan Kathuria. We have Dr. Monica live with us right now, but before we go ahead with this webinar, most of you already know about the Homeopathic Academy, but for those who don't, let me quickly introduce ourselves. So, Homeopathic Academy, or THA as we call it, is BGen's effort towards digitalizing homeopathy and providing a platform for quality education online. THA offers you a range of online courses by well-known academicians on numerous subjects of homeopathy at undergraduate, postgraduate, UPSC, and CME levels. All these courses are enriched with state-of-the-art audio-video technology, text and vector animations, giving you an HD quality audio and video experience made by a dynamic team of qualified doctors, video editors, and many more professionals. These courses will perfectly complement your studies to make learning an extraordinary experience. On your screens, you can see some of our courses currently streaming on our website, www.thehomeopathicacademy.com. You can also see the course on general anatomy and physiology with clinical approach by Dr. Monica. Here, Dr. Monica will teach us how to crack the competitive exams, all the exams that we aim for, UPSC, PGET, research officer, and even the state PSCs. You can enroll in the course by Dr. Monica and learn all the concepts of anatomy and physiology in a very interesting and interactive way. She has covered all the MCQs and the questions that have come in the past few years, and it is very, very interesting way of learning and preparing for your exams. So also some of other courses that we have include comparative homeopathic psychology with Dr. Philip Bailey, and 4 ways to rejuvenate your practice with Dr. Frederick Schroyens. Another course by Dr. Saptarshi Banerjee on miasmatic prescribing, and another course on UPSC preparation again on forensic medicine and toxicology by Dr. Aditya Sharma. So on and so forth. There are so many courses available. You can choose any course of your choice, and especially if you're aiming for your competitive exams, do log in to our website www.thehomeopathicacademy.com. So that's about us. Thank you so much for listening. Coming back to this webinar, let me quickly introduce Dr. Monica to you all before calling her live on here. So Dr. Monica Devgan Kathuria, our respected speaker for today, she has done MD in homeopathy in repertory, and she completed it in 2008, and she has done her graduation from Nehru Homeopathic Medical College, Delhi University. She has 24 plus years of experience in homeopathy and clinical research with excellent academic and professional credentials. She is a chief consultant at ONGC DUB Delhi, a visiting faculty at PR Sur Homeopathic Medical College. She is a consultant at Narayana Vihar Polyclinic, and she's also a founder member of CryoZenith Health Online Clinical Research Institute. Since the last 10 years, she has been working as a chief consultant in renowned clinics, and she is associated with various organizations. She has been appointed as a reviewer for peer-reviewed journals as well. She conducts workshops, seminars, webinars, podcasts on various subjects and research. So a lot about her, all good things. So we are really happy that we could arrange this webinar with you, Dr. Monica. Please come live with us. Let our learners see you now.
Hi, Hello, thank you, Dr. Ria, for such a humbling introduction. I think I would describe myself only as a very, very passionate teacher who believes in interactive teaching. That's it. So, we can start with the topic today. Our topic today is a very, very practical topic, as you have already told, and I can go on and on this topic, but I know that I have a limited time slot. So it will definitely require a lot of, subsequent, speakers to come and speak about it, because this topic is, I think, quite close to all young aspirants for competitive exams. I would say not only for the competitive exams, anything in general professionally, because I have been mentoring a lot of students from different fields of homeopathy and other fields also, because I was into, as you mentioned, I'm into clinical research, and many of my students have already, they are working with multinational, all these pharmaceuticals and clinical research organizations and all, and I have mentored them, I have worked with them, I have learned from them, and they are working all around the world, they are doing very well, and that gives me an immense pleasure and happiness when you can mentor someone and someone can path a career for himself or herself. So let's see what we have today.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I start your presentation?
Yeah, you can start the presentation, and
Sure,
then we
ma'am.
can have an interactive one also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's just about any competitive exam, which is always with, comes with lot of anxieties and lot of, worries. Whenever we think about competition, it's a human psychology to have some element of stress, which I feel is very normal and it should be there, because without stress, I don't think so we can succeed in life. वो कहते हैं ना, जब तक डंडा नहीं पड़ता सर पे हम कुछ नहीं करते. तो it is very much true for any kind of competitive exam, any, whether it is 10th ka board, 12th ka board, any kind of graduation, post graduation, and especially when it is related to something like where you are aspiring for a better future in your profession. So if you're looking for a government job or a private sector opportunity and all that, so these are the contents which we'll be covering today. As you must have heard of the story that whenever there is a tiger in the vicinity, it is not important whether you can run faster than the tiger or not, but it is important that you, put on your shoes and you can run faster than the competitor. So that is important in exam. But how you have prepared and how you perform, it is very important in competitive exams, that how do you fare as compared to your competitors. Like, for I can just give you a small example. Like my daughter, she appeared for CLAT exam 3 to 4 years back, and the last year cutoff was like, say, around 120, about 200. And when she came and said, oh, my exam went very well and I'll be almost be scoring around 120, 125. So that year we came to know that the cutoff went up to 165. So she could not clear the exam. So that is how it happens. It does not matter how much you have scored. It matters that
Hello. I think ma'am has lost her connection. There has been some internet issue. Let's hope she'll be back in a minute. Okay. We are very sorry for the technical trouble. I'll just let ma'am know that she has got disconnected. Please stay patient. We'll be back in a minute.
Hello fellow students and clinicians. I am Dr. Monica Devgan Kathuria. I am a proud homeopath with a mixed experience of research writing, academic teaching and clinical prescribing since last 24 years. I would describe myself as a passionate and dedicated teacher and mentor who believes in active learning approach. Come, let me take you back to the memory lane of those hugely piled anatomy and physiology textbooks. Let me ask you a question. How many of us actually study these subjects beyond the elementary years of graduation? What is the main challenge to study these highly theoretical and complex subjects? As very well said by Bill Gates, the human body is the most complex system ever created. The more we learn about it, the more appreciation we have about it, what a rich system it is. So, anatomy and physiology is not only a memorization of names, but about understanding the concepts in more interesting, clinical and an interactive way.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. I'm sorry. I think we
Yes,
talked.
ma'am.
Yeah. Chalo, I'll continue.
Yeah.
Can you put
Yes,
the
ma'am. Please turn your video on as well. I'm starting the presentation again.
So we are back. I'll try to see how we can cover this up. So the first type of testers are self-motivated. The second type of testers are, no matter how do we try to develop them and how much mentoring is given, they just cannot develop that kind of skill of taking an exam. And even if one is in that category, I'm sure 33% of us are in that category. It doesn't matter. Don't be demotivated, because there are a lot of opportunities waiting for you in your life without any kind of entrance test. Okay? And third type of category, now this is the most important category which we are catering today. It is a category which has the potential, but it can ace an exam only when it is mentored properly. Now, it is very important to understand that almost 40 to 45% of us do fall in this category, right? Because 5 to 10% तो वो हैं जो अपने आप कर लेंगे, और कुछ 25-30% maybe, you know, they are not motivated enough to come for an entrance and all that. It's fine. It's less the competition. But even among those 40 to 45% who can be mentored and do well, there is a lot of competition, because last year also I think almost 1 lakh homeopaths, you know, they appeared for different kind of exams, and only 4 to 5% could, you know, clear some exam or some kind of, you know, a medical officer job or professorship job or whatever. So it is not easy, but it is not impossible, and it is not very difficult also. Why? Because you have to be the smarter crow. Okay, we all are crows, but whoever is the smarter one will, you know, bag that position. Because don't be so afraid of a competitive exam, because ultimately you just need one seat. ओके तो एक ही सीट चाहिए, इतना कोई बहुत बड़ा वो नहीं है. We don't have to move a mountain. We just have to you know, plan our things more smartly. And how do we go about it? The first step is that be focused. What do you want? What do you want in life? What do you want from your professional aspiration? Do all of us want to clear and go for post-graduation? Do all of us want a government job? Do all of us want to teach? Am I more happy seeing patients? Am I more happy writing a research paper? So the important thing is that first you should narrow down that what are your skills, what is your passion, and then prepare for that 1 or 2 exams only in that year. Don't mix up too many competitive exams in a year, because that's what happens generally after 12 boards and all that. And sometimes, you know, kids get confused and they get flabbergasted that they can't appear for so many. So just try to narrow down your choice and then focus on it, because you have to see what is your skill. And if you are not confident enough to evaluate yourself, take help of a senior, a mentor, a teacher, or someone who is in your profession, or someone who is in your family, who can, pinpoint that what you are good at. Like, just for an example, in homeopathy only, there are a lot of options. You don't just need to go for a medical officer job through a UPSC, or you don't only have to go for a, post-graduation through an AIA, PGAT, or whatever. But there are many options, many roles. So you should be very clear that what kind of role you are looking for. There can be a community service role, NGO, charitables. A lot of options are coming up in the corporates nowadays, and public sectors and private sectors both. And there are a lot of opportunities in clinical research. As I told you, that I have been into that field for 10 to 12 years, and I was very happy to see a lot of homeopaths, coming in that field. So first you should see what, and this is a separate topic. Like, I would suggest THA to have a seminar on this topic also, that what all opportunities are there, so that we can see that what is the process of selection in these different opportunities, and we can narrow down our preparation. Now, once you have selected, okay, I want to appear for a post-graduation seat, or I want to appear for a state level post-graduation exam, or I want to appear for AYUSHNet, or whatever it is. So now you need to understand the basic selection process of that particular exam. Most of these tests are all MCQs based, and sometimes the written test is followed by an interview, and sometimes only a personal interview is there. So sometimes, those seats where there are some experiences required, consultants and all that. So in that case, generally there is a direct interview. So interview preparation is slightly different from the written test, and it's a different, as I told you, it's again a separate topic altogether. But I've tried to cover it thoda sa yahan pe, so let's see how much we can talk about it. I will not go into details in this, because this presentation, I think it will be available, and you can see what all different websites are there to get information about the different exams which are there in homeopathy mainly. Like, for example, this AIA PGAT, only this year the pattern has changed. So you should know that the selection process, and please be updated with the selection process. Earlier it was a 90 minutes test, now it's 120 minutes test. So things have changed. So that means the number of questions have also increased. It has become from 100 to 120. That means more course maybe they will cover. So there can be a lot of things happening when the pattern changes. So be very sure about the pattern. This is the one which I was talking about, that what are the change which has been made. This is just a recent poll. Abhi, I think 28th September we had this exam, and there was this recent poll conducted, and 75% of the candidates thought that the exam was hard enough. Okay, and only one candidate thought that it was easy. Now it is a very relative term. The one who has prepared well, the one whose favorite questions were there, he find it easy, and someone who has not very who has not keenly prepared for the exam, he finds even what happens in competitive exams is, the problem is that if you have not prepared well, if you have not strategized your preparation, you will find even the easy questions very difficult. So that is the main problem, because 60% of the paper, generally it is for all of us, all average candidates, someone who has done a BHMS 5.5 years. So they generally expect that 60% of the questions are, catering to everyone. Then there are around 30% of the questions which are difficult, which are for someone who's, really gone into the depth, prepared well, strategized, done all the subjects, not left even a single topic. Okay. But then there is a 10% of the questions which are so difficult that the negative marking in those 10% questions, they decide the rank. So in competitive exam, it is not about how you perform, it is about what rank you are getting. So you might have performed very well, but your rank is, just maybe 1 or 2 lower than the number of seats available. Understanding the course structure. Now, many course students have been asking कि हम क्या पढ़ें, कौन सा subject पढ़ें. So there is no choice. We have to study everything. These are the 12 subjects which are covered in most of the exams, post-graduation exams, and there is most of the time, in general, there is no specific division of marks per subject. So you have to be careful about this. Though the pattern which I'm seeing in last so many years is that there are a lot of questions asked on materia medica, repertory, and organon, as we know, but then you cannot neglect the anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, even the medico-legal aspect of certain diseases, and sometimes even the author is being asked. So these are very tricky questions. Those 1 or 2 tricky questions might decide your rank. So you cannot leave anything. So these are the 12 subjects which you have to cover. But in some of the PG entrance exam, like for example in Kerala, they have given a division. Okay, per subject, these are the marks. Like in CGPSC, the Chhattisgarh, they have again given a division. So here that materia medica is 20 questions. So you will not give as much time to say national health programs as materia medica. So you can, divide accordingly. These are the total number of postgraduate seats and all. I have taken some slides from Dr. Mansoor Ali Khan. He gives very good presentations on all these topics. So I've taken certain information from there. Now coming to the pattern. Now MCQs basically from homeopathy course related subjects are there. Sometimes the paper is divided into 2 sections where there are core subjects are different and the other medical subjects are different. And some exams also have a section where there is an aptitude test at current affairs. So this all you have to cover. So if you are appearing for AYUSHNET, I think in that the current affairs are also asked. So that means that you have to study, you have to keep your general knowledge and current affair knowledge also updated if you are preparing for that exam. Now coming to the pattern of MCQs exams. We all know it's an MCQ, but even in MCQs, if you are smart enough to understand that what kind of questions they ask, there are different types of questions. Some questions are straightforward, direct questions. Some are concept-based questions. Some are like match the following type. So when there is, I'll just show you the sample of certain questions. Some are picture-based questions. Some are graphical presentation-based questions. And sometimes they even ask to name of the authors, the scientists, and even homeopaths, that which homeopath has given this concept and all that. So now this kind of pattern is very different from what we study in our classroom. We have never been taught like this during our undergraduate studies. So what to do? So we need to plan, we need to strategize, we need to make a schedule. Now for the kind of competitive exams which we have in homeopathy, it's earlier the better, but what I have given here is that if you have a very die-hard intensive schedule of 6 months, so it will be good enough. 6 to 8 months is ideal, but 6 month schedule is really good. 4 hours daily if you're already working, if you're doing an internship, or you're already going to a clinic, or you're working with some corporate office or whatever. But 8 hours if you are sitting at home and preparing. You divide your whole strategy into 3 parts and then you follow it to the T. Don't leave it behind. Don't show any kind of inconsistency when you are preparing. Be consistent. Now, once you have divided your time into 3 steps, as I'll tell you, before that, please do your own personal SWOT analysis. Do see that what are your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. It is very important because then only you will realize, see, if your weaknesses are more than strengths or the threats are more than opportunities, it is better that you take help right in the beginning. You get yourself mentored, you join a coaching institute, you join some kind of offline or online training, because these trainings, these preparations, they really prepare you in a very methodical way for an entrance exam. Now, after doing a SWOT analysis, if you think that this is the most difficult task, anatomy ka head, neck and brain to maine kabhi bhi dhang se nahi padha, so this is the time that you do it. So eat the frog right there. This is the time. If you don't do it right now, then you will be at loss. So or maybe someone is saying my rubrics are poor, or one candidate feels that I'm not very good at memorizing things. So how to solve that problem? Only then you can work on it. Now, there are certain candidates who are already working, so they are always fretting that how to prepare. And you should use your time when you are working as a time for a preparation for an exam. Like you can discuss the case studies with your colleagues, with your mentors, with the senior doctors. You can attend a special OPD, give 1 hour extra to a pathology lab or maybe a obs gynae OPD or a surgery OPD. Go there, see cases, take a picture. Please use that smartphone smartly. That is the most important thing. This is coming from, even the toppers of AIIMS post-graduation level and all, that if we use our smartphone smartly, we are going to hit the jackpot. And then there are other uses of also phones which we know which are only distractions. So how to use it and when to use it and how to apply it in your exam preparation, that's the smartness. Now coming to your how if you are working, what do you do? See, one thing which I have applied in my practical this thing is that suppose one day in OPD I see a case of renal colic. So what do? I cover the whole topic there and then. पूरा दिन साथ में जब भी टाइम मिले, just start seeing the anatomy, the physiology, the pathology, the investigations, the surgical treatment, non-surgical treatment, homeopathic therapeutics, and go back, come home, again read about that topic so that one topic is properly covered. Because more and more diseases you will cover if in every day if you cover one topic like this, even while working, I would say it will be it's a better preparation. उसी के उस दिन तो MCQs कर लो solve and you are done. क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस नहीं आते हैं सर्जरी के, मेडिसिन के और पैथोलॉजी वगैरह के. दे आर वेरी कॉमन सेंसिकल एंड वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चंस. इट इज जस्ट दैट हमने रिविजन नहीं की होती तो हमें मुश्किल लगता है. सो they are not very difficult. Difficult portions are there. I will tell you where we find difficulties. Now you divide your preparation, you divide these 6 to 8 months into 3 phases. The first phase is the most difficult as the subjects are huge and syllabus is vast. और कुछ लोग तो यहीं पे छोड़ देते हैं. So this is the most demotivating part when you have to cover the whole syllabus. But here I would say the best way is this, that you if you find the test book too vast, you are not able to do it, the best way is to join some kind of online or offline training, because there you will get जो एक homework आपको करना है, what the preparation which you have to do, that is already done there. I'll just give you an example as I did in my course. I can just tell you about my course. I don't know about the others, but I'm sure other courses are also like this. Like my anatomy and physiology course has been already divided into these modules. I did this, so you can do this yourself, or then otherwise you join these courses and they will do it for you. And it is not very expensive, so it is really worth it. So you divide it into modules. Now this course is whole divided into just 10 to 12 hours of video lectures, followed by MCQs, followed by clinical alerts, followed by certain memory alerts and all that. And after every module, after every chapter, the MCQs are given. And MCQs कैसे करने हैं? This is very important. I've seen certain बहुत सारी MCQs की books देखी हैं where there are MCQs and then end में you go to the end and there are ABCD answers. That is not going to help you. You cannot remember all the MCQs like this if you have not studied. So first phase you study, and second phase you relate all these MCQs to the study that you have done in first 2 months. And if you want to do it together, then this is the way. See, there is an MCQ here and there is a proper explanation of all the 4 options. So that is how you need to prepare an MCQ. Otherwise there is no point, because as it is to question वहाँ नहीं आएगा ना, आपको याद थोड़ी ना रहेगा कि उसका option क्या था. So you need to understand that why here ABC is not the answer. This is more important than why this is the answer. So this is very important, and all the resources which we'll be discussing today, I'll be giving you if the time permits. They all have these options. Like in my course, for all the MCQs, I have given the explanation that why this is the answer. See this question, can you see this? So there is a figure, there is a question, then there are answers Purkinje cells. Then we have given in detail that what are the Purkinje cells, and we have even given a diagrammatic representation. So one topic covered. So it is not only one MCQ you are doing, you are even doing the basket cells, the Golgi cells, and the granule cells. So this is how you need to prepare. Similarly, this one, now here the picture is given, you know that the anatomical snuff box जो होता है, तो उसकी picture जब आपको boundaries के साथ आप देखोगे, तो आपको याद भी रहेगी. Study material through images is more impactful. So all these courses which you will be joining through various institutes or through apps, There are a lot of mobile apps which are giving such topics and such, daily mock tests and daily exercises and quizzes, etc. are asked. So this is a better way of learning. So it is, you can remember all these X-ray images and their findings common. So these are just examples which I'm showing that this is like headaches. So different type of headaches, it's easy to remember. That is, there in your mind. It will get imprinted in your mind. Now, after doing the first phase, this is the second phase where you have first phase, you have studied, you have glanced through your whole course. It is very important. It is like taking the cycle uphill. So जब आप साइकिल को ऊपर लेके जाते हो तो आपको पहाड़ी के ऊपर तो आपको बहुत you feel tired and you feel exhausted, but that first phase is going to decide that how is your second and third phase. So in second phase, we will start solving the MCQs on related to what we have done. And don't think that मैंने तो पूरा BHMS किया मुझे सब याद होगा. किसी को याद नहीं होता है, रिवाइज करना पड़ता है. एक बार सबको करना पड़ता है. So even when I did my MD, I had to revise everything. So you need to give for those 2-3 months. So that means that if you are having an exam in September next year, you need to start preparing from February, March. Don't wait for the exam dates to get announced. Don't wait for the syllabus to get announced. Pattern क्या होगा देखते हैं, पता चलता है. No, वो सब बहाने हैं. पढ़ना शुरू करना है तो आपको 7 to 8 months पहले करना पड़ेगा. Okay, you don't have to wait for announcements. ठीक है. Now there are a lot of books now coming. Second phase में आप क्या करोगे कि जो आपने first phase में पढ़ा था आप उसको second phase में MCQ solve करके उसको relate करने की कोशिश करोगे. But what are the resources for doing all these MCQs? There are a lot of resources. There are a lot of MCQs based books. Now there is a lot of material available. Please अपना material select करके पहले से रख लो. Don't think कि उसके पास ये book है तो वो भी ले लो, वहां ये मिल रहा है तो वो भी ले लो. नहीं. और अगर बहुत confused हो, नहीं समझ में आ रहा कि what material to take, it's better to join a proper institute or a course or a app. Just pick up one app, like homeopathy में भी एक app आ गई है अब तो होम्योकुल. So you join that app, you solve all questions from there and there. So just stick to your one regime at least. So here a lot of books are there. I hope you can read all these names, otherwise you can see it later. So even subject wise, given all the books, okay? Which are the best books for PG preparation. So you can go through this. Just to tell you the pediatrics portion and the parasitology portion, all you don't need to go in details. बहुत ज़्यादा questions नहीं आते हैं. उसका एक आधा question होता है तो उस पे ज़्यादा time लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. जो ज़्यादा questions आते हैं वो general diseases के. I'll give you some examples. अभी आगे आएंगे, ठीक है? Then there is a Kindle version of these books. There are a lot of books available on Kindle, textbooks. Some of them are free also. If you have a subscription, किसी के पास भी घर में एक के पास है तो Kindle Unlimited पे बहुत सारे options मिलेंगे आपको. यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो, यहाँ पे e-text books लिखा हुआ है. I think there is a link also. We can open that and see अगर time है तो. So this is actually the link. So you can just यहाँ पे इस link पे जाके आप इसको देख सकते हो. So a lot of books are available. This is the section for the medical books. ठीक है? So you can buy अगर कोई एक बहुत important आपको book लगती है like investigations पर कोई latest, you know the subjects which are dynamic, it's always good to invest in such subjects. So जैसे investigations keep changing, keep upgrade होता रहता है उसमें information, तो वो आप एक आधी book आप ले सकते हो. These are some other books available on Kindle. You can select which one to buy, which one to not. Or you can just pick one book, like this one book is good enough. PG Med is one online resource. PG Med online, lot of things are there, there are packages you have to buy. So these are not, most of them are not free, but there are a lot of free options also. This is again this thing, PG Prep option. This is my PGME. This is one of the best online resource which you can, refer. Now, these are some of the homeopathic books which we need to refer, but in homeopathy, let me tell you, most of the questions which we see in Materia Medica, they are from Allen's Keynotes. So, Allen's Keynotes, as I told you, there is one app known as Homeokul. So, उसमें आप जाओगे, तो उसमें Materia Medica में you will get some books which are available on the app. So, you can use your phone for those things and you can scroll different medicines. अगर आप metro में बैठे हो या आप कहीं पर हो तो you can daily do some material from there, because sometimes going to the book and going to the library it's not feasible. So it's good to use your smartphone for these things. ठीक है? And most of the questions which we have seen are, they are asked from the relationship part of the book, so study them well. Candidates should recollect the comparison that is given in the book. A detailed understanding of boric materia medica is also required. And बहुत सारी medicines के common names भी पूछे जाते हैं, family of medicines भी पूछी जाती है. So these all resources you really need to do thoroughly. ठीक है? So again for this, if you are not confident enough कि मैं इतनी सारी books में से अकेले materia medica, how are you going to compile? So you can do some short materia medica course or app or whatever. So like there are some resources where you will get a lot of information about the latest what is happening in the homeopathic world. So there's a course on post-pandemic era in homeopathy. So, I mean, it's not only for the postgraduate exam which you are preparing for. Even if you go to a UPSC medical exam, or you go for the UPSC interview, they might ask you anything. I mean, they are not going to see that whether it is in your course, whether you have done or not. So they will ask you anything which is happening around the world. So you need to be very smart enough to know what is happening latest in the medical fraternity. So these are the online resources for homeopathy. The Homeopathy Academy, as we know, we are there. And then there is a homeobook.com. It's a very good site. जो Dr. Mansoor Ali का, उसमें काफी resources होते हैं, and I think most of them are free resources. And there are many Facebook groups which are very active and which are very good. Even the Facebook group, can you see the individual groups of Dr. Ashwini for anatomy, doctor? So these are all the MBBS and MD students which are preparing. जो एम्स वगैरह के students हैं, ये उनके experience से सारी इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट की गई है. So these are the different again Facebook group. ये होम्योपैथी के फेसबुक ग्रुप्स है जो प्रिपरेशन के लिए काफी इंफॉर्मेशन डालते हैं, क्विजेस वगैरह डालते हैं. सो यू कैन जस्ट check and see whatever group you feel comfortable, जिसमें तुम्हें मटेरियल ज्यादा प्रोएक्टिव और लेटेस्ट लगता है, you can join that group. Don't join too many things also. You pick up one good book, you pick up one good app, you pick up one good Facebook group, and start preparing. And then your textbooks are there, and then it is your own preparation that how you are doing it. As I told you how to use that smartphone smartly. As a topper of PG IMSA, that he used to click a picture of anything that I found interesting in his study time or in his OPT, and उसी समय रिसर्च करके उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करके आप उसको सेव करके अपने फोल्डर में रख लो. ठीक है? सो दिस इज हाउ यू यूज. लाइक सिमिलरली रॉबिन्स के जो पीडीएफ होते हैं बहुत अच्छे होते हैं, सो दैट यू कैन सी एनीवेयर, वेदर यू आर इन अ मेट्रो और यू आर एट अ बोरिंग पार्टी. सो दैट इज हाउ यू become keep yourself motivated. So don't get distracted. When we open the phone, don't start checking your messages and other things. So it's up to us that how smartly we use the smartphone. There is a lot which we can do with this phone, but that's up to us. That for those 6 to 8 months, you have to literally, sacrifice everything, and you have to focus on your study. Now, these are apps for all the subjects. Up to date app, I think काफी, I don't think so everyone can join it. You need to be an MD student or MBBS student for this. Netscape you can join. Marrow is a very good app. I use it regularly. You will find a lot of questions there. And then there are some links I have given. You can find which are the top 10 apps. So you can, scroll and find whatever suits you, whatever you think is, applicable to you, because आप खुद भी उसमें comfortable होने चाहिए. Then there is a mobile app exclusively for homeopathy, that is HomeoCool. It is very good. If you can read all these features which are given, it's a turning point. And then there is a homeopathy pocket repertory. उसमें भी materia medica की books भी हैं और repertory भी है. And this is a medical interface for online test. इसमें सब subjects covered हैं. Mnemonics हैं इसमें काफी. इसमें highlighted हैं सारे FAQ, state of the art study material. There is assessment of participants' performance. So wherever you see a question, और आप अगर आंसर करते हो उसी समय पता चलता है कि how many other have answered. So if you have answered a question and 80% of other people have also answered, it's nothing great. But if you have answered a question and only 30% can answer, that means that you are above the competition. Okay. How much time do we have? Then there are online courses.
Okay. Ma'am, please continue. We have time. We have time. There's
Okay,
no issue.
okay. I'm actually going fast because I'm sure that you are in any case going to, share this PPT. So all the material is there. And then there are certain homeopathic online courses also who are doing a lot of test series and coaching, etc. Even homeobook.com पे आप जाओगे तो daily वहां पर ऐसे questions आते हैं which you can solve, which you can put, and you will even get evaluated for that. Then MedGuru. So these are just examples. ये नहीं कि यही वाले आपने करने हैं, तो you can pick any one of them which you find is according to your schedule and what you can cope up with. Achha, these are the examples of the questions which I was telling. Now this is a straightforward question, which Kent observation mein kya hota hai. So if you have done the Kent observations, you know what is the answer. Generally you get 120 questions ke liye you will get 120 minutes, so 1 minute per question, but still there are certain questions like this. See, अब जैसे ये है match the following. So here you require more than a minute maybe because you have to do 4 things. So if you know this well, you just spend around say 2 seconds or 3 seconds on this. You will save that time and you can use that time in a more complicated question. So ये नहीं कि Kent observation सारी पढ़ने बैठ जाओ उस समय, मतलब आपको Kent observation is a very basic thing, so that should be. So जो basic things हैं वो आपको हमेशा tips per question. It's a very simple question, but the way they have given it, they have tried to make it confusing. ये I think last year के paper में ही आया था शायद. I can from last 2-3 years only, so this is what you can relate to. So these are assertion and explanation based, reasoning based question. ये हम करते जब हम 12th का बोर्ड, if you remember. So these type of questions you just need to practice. But please, I want to tell you once again, don't start practicing MCQs. Don't start using the apps without doing 2 months or 3 months का glance वाला revision. If you don't revise your curriculum, all this will be very demotivating. You will not be able to solve most of. अब 10 में से कोई एक आधा स्टूडेंट होता है जो सब कुछ सॉल्व कर लेता है, बट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू सॉल्व ऑल ऑफ देम. इफ यू स्टार्ट गूगलिंग द आंसर्स, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू सॉल्व द इशू. सो प्लस सबसे पहले अपना पूरा कोर्स रिवाइज करो, या फिर वैसा कोर्स ज्वाइन करके जैसा मैंने आपको बताया है, सारे कोर्सेज 12 के 12 वैसे ज्वाइन करके फटाफट 10-10 घंटे हैं, तो दैट मीन्स 120 आवर्स, एंड देन यू स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग एमसीक्यूज फ्रॉम वेयरएवर रिसोर्सेज आर available. There some of the questions are direct questions, but again you have to be very thorough with the names. Now all these 4 terms are very confusing, so you have to make lists, you have to make notes, you have to make tables. अपने साथ साथ बनाते रहो. ये tables वगैरह कब बनाओगे आप? सेकेंड फेज में, जब आप 2 months के बाद जब आप MCQ सॉल्व कर रहे होगे, तो आप अपनी लिस्ट बनानी शुरू कर दो कि ये मेरी डेफिनेशंस की लिस्ट है, ये ईयर्स की लिस्ट है, ये ऑथर्स की लिस्ट है. तो स्टार्ट मेकिंग लिस्ट ऑफ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ, जैसे अब ये डिजीजेस वाले क्वेश्चन हैं सारे, दीज आर नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस, बट अगर एकदम से आउट ऑफ द ब्लू आपसे पूछा जाएगा तो ये आपको टफ लगेंगे. ठीक है, सो दीज आर ऑल डिजीजेस बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस. आप देख रहे हो, नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट. हाउ डू यू डू दिस? इफ यू यूज दीज एप्स, कुछ एप्स वगैरह में और कुछ आपको ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम्स में ऐसे टेबल्स बने बनाए मिलेंगे, और कुछ है इफ यू वांट टू डू इट योरसेल्फ देन यू कैन मेक योरसेल्फ. ठीक है, जैसे यू कैन सी दिस इज द वन व्हिच इज टेलिंग द लेंथ ऑफ ऑल द डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स एंड डिफरेंट, बिकॉज इस टाइप से क्वेश्चन भी कई बार पूछे जाते हैं. देन यू कैन सी दैट हियर different type of minerals in the body, what are the diseases caused by that. Here you can see the different type of arteries, so which arteries cause which type of problem. So this is a good way of learning, but don't jump to directly this way. First do your class, do your course, then start with this. You will really find it very interesting, you will really find it very easy. Okay, kahan gaya ye? Okay, now this is just a table to show कि अगर हम Kent की observation ऐसे PDF फॉर्म में करेंगे तो हमें याद रहेंगे. It will be on our phone, and whenever we want to revise, we can just revise it quickly. So this is the advantage of doing all these online trainings and courses and all. जैसे अब ये investigations का कोर्स है, ये investigation का क्वेश्चन ये भी शायद लास्ट ईयर किसी एग्जाम में पूछा है. So There is if you go back to my course, I have given one module only on investigations and common questions which are asked about investigations. तो उसमें सारी कवर हो जाती हैं. नहीं तो आप अपनी खुद से एक लिस्ट बनाओ, बिकॉज जब आप सेकंड फेज में आप रिविजन करोगे तो आप सिर्फ उन लिस्ट में से, उन नोट्स में से करोगे जो आपने ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ योर फर्स्ट on the basis of these MCQ solving बनाए हैं. Because when you will be solving these MCQs, you will even come to know about your strengths and weaknesses. You will understand that what kind of questions you can solve easily. You know, questions are just cramming, like this one, the maximum blood level, alcohol level allowed for driving in India. It's a commonsensical question. You will read in newspapers also. So keep reading also. So एक अपना resource रखो जहां पर आप medical news भी पढ़ोगे daily. ठीक है? तो that can be also any app or any information or any news channel maybe. Now coming to the third phase. Now first phase में आपने सिर्फ अपना कोर्स पढ़ा, सेकंड फेज में आपने MCQ सॉल्व किए और आपने नोट्स बनाए और आपने अपनी थोड़ी सी स्ट्रेंथ्स और वीकनेसेस आपको see you can self assess yourself and no two individual are alike. So maybe I am finding difficulty with remembering all the arteries and the muscles. Someone is finding difficulty with remembering all the relationship of the remedies. So you know that what is the difficulty. You make your tables and this is the phase where you will find that while going down the hill, जब आप अपनी bicycle नीचे लेके जाते हो तो आपको बहुत मजा आता है. वो आप भूल जाते हो कि आपको while coming up the hill it was so difficult. So this is the phase you will enjoy because now you know your strengths and weaknesses. You will start working on your weaknesses. You will start revising your strengths, and weaknesses are what? Those 30% questions, which are difficult, which will decide the rank, which will decide that whether you have prepared enough or not. But still there are certain study hacks which I would like to revise if we have time. See, if you're internally motivated, everything will fall in place. कुछ भी मुश्किल नहीं लगेगा. But even if you are not internally too motivated and you are wanting to appear for an exam because everyone is appearing and you want to try, it's always better to get mentored. It's always better to join some kind of organized course, and you can use all these IT tools and all to crack the exam. Now fancy mobile sets को side पे रख दो, लेकिन अगर use करना है तो use it for good apps, use it for good resources. For example, Quora की एक app बहुत useful होती है, where you can ask lot of questions, you can clear lot of doubts. Now, very important is that do not neglect the short subjects. जैसे forensic है, dermatology है, anesthesia है, IENT. Only sometimes 1 or 2 questions are asked, but maybe that 1 or 2 questions can decide your rank. So don't completely neglect it, because I have seen the papers, they are not very difficult. Even if you know the general dermatology or general eye and ENT and dental, you will be able to solve them. तो वो rank determining questions होते हैं, उनको छोड़ना नहीं है. In सब के अलावा, it's very important that you should be, I don't know how much time I have, but I really need to mention that you should be keep on pursuing, your some little hobbies or some little, time relaxing, activities. But that activities should not be again all. Please, अगर आप 2 घंटे पढ़े और उसके बाद 20 minutes की break ले रहे हो, that 20 minutes break should not be on Netflix, it should not be on Amazon Prime, it should not be on any online channel. Go out, do bicycling, play badminton, talk to people, relax your mind, and then come back. Because if you are using your online tools only the whole day for studying or for recreation also, it will lead to पूरा ब्रेन फैग हो जाएगा और फिर कुछ भी याद नहीं रहेगा. ठीक है, so that is important and very important. When preparing for a test, prepare not for not succeeding as well. Now I want to tell you one thing here. When you are talking to your seniors, when you are talking to your mentors and teachers, please talk to the people who have not cracked the exam. Please talk about their failures also. We generally talk about our successes. No one tells कि मेरा ये exam clear नहीं हुआ था, मेरा ये interview clear नहीं हुआ था. Please talk to them that what exam you could not clear. Then that person will be able to give you, the reasons why he was not prepared, what was happened, and then you can learn from their mistakes also. And I think good teachers don't mistakes also. It's very important. And now coming to the interviews. Now after, luckily if you have cleared the exam, or there are certain, as I told you, opportunities where you have to just go for an interview, maybe a second stage or maybe the first stages of interview. There are a lot of tips and tricks also. I think this is a very vast topic. Again, I can go on and on, but let's see how much we can cover here. Now, when you are going for an interview, it is slightly nerve-wracking, which is absolutely normal. Don't start taking Gelsenium 1M or Ethusa just because you are going for an exam or an interview. It's good to have some kind of stress, some kind of nervousness. It's perfectly okay, and you should be. Now, when you go for an interview, when you apply for an interview, the first step is CV building, the covering letter. You should know that what the interviewer wants, which organization you are going to. Are you going for a teaching job? Are you going for a research oriented job? Are you going for a clinician oriented job? You should know that. You should study the job post very nicely. You should study about that website. अगर आयुष की जॉब है तो आयुष का वेबसाइट पूरा पढ़ के जाओ, उनके बाकी सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स के बारे में पढ़ के जाओ, ताकि आपको मालूम हो कि वो आपसे क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, आपकी जॉब में आपका रोल क्या होगा और आपको क्या करना है, तो उसके हिसाब से आप उनको अपना कवरिंग लेटर एक तो बनाओगे। प्लस एक जो स्मार्ट इंटरव्यू ही होता है ना, वो इंटरव्यूअर को लीड कर सकता है कई बार। मोस्ट ऑफ दीज इंटरव्यूज आई हैव अपीयर्ड फॉर मेनी इंटरव्यूज, सम ऑफ देम आई हैव ऑब्वियसली फेल्ड, सम ऑफ देम आई हैव क्लियर्ड, सम ऑफ देम आई हैव डन वेरी वेल। इस तरह से यू कैन टॉक टू डिफरेंट पीपल हु हैव अपीयर्ड फॉर डिफरेंट इंटरव्यूज, बट with experience I have learned that you can lead the interviewer. So most of the time they start like this, okay, tell me what is your clinical experience, what kind of patients do you see. So go prepared with at least 5 to 6 good cases, which you are so thorough that anything they ask and you know it. Like I recently appeared for an interview one year back, and I prepared dengue fever very well because I was seeing a lot of dengue patients, and my whole interview turned around to be around dengue only. So that's how you have to smartly prepare. Highlight your achievements, you highlight your writing skills. If you're going for a teaching job, you might be asked to give a demo class, so be prepared for that. If you are written articles, tell that. If you have done a community health service, talk about that, and be in touch with the current medical affairs. अब इस समय जितने भी आगे एक साल में इंटरव्यूज होंगे, you should know what is COVID pandemic, you should know what is pandemic fatigue, you should know what is dengue happening, why some cases are coming with dengue and COVID together, why some cases are coming with TB and COVID. So all this you should start learning abhi se hi, because that will be most of the time that will be the future questions. Be prepared for a demo session, as I told you. For research oriented jobs, go well prepared with the sites like the ResearchGate, Science Direct, PubMed. So you should know about these sites. You should know how to write a basic research article paper. At least go with the information, even if you have not written a paper. Now there are a lot of soft skills and interpersonal skills which I don't know whether I'll be able to cover here or not. You have to dress up formally and professionally. There are certain things which you have to avoid. A lot of trinklets and henna on your hands or big bindi. So these are complete no-nos. So these small things, these are noticed when you go for it. And please let me tell you, your CV, the interviewer or the selector glances your CV only for 5 seconds. So if you're going for a private institute, if you're going to a private organization, they are not going to glance through the whole CV. So if it is not impressive, they are not going to call you for the even for the interview. So your CV building should be very strong. अगर उसके लिए आपको किसी की help लेनी पड़े, कोई company hire करनी पड़े, please go ahead with that. And you should know what your organization want. Is your organization an NGO? Is your organization a research organization? Is it a clinical research oriented organization? So you should know all this. So read about your organization, go well versed with all the expectations which they have from their future employees. That is very important. Don't oversell yourself. इंटरव्यू में कभी जाके ये मत बोल देना मैं गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट हूँ, मैं टॉपर हूँ, या मैंने डॉक्टर इनके साथ काम किया हुआ है, या मैंने ऐसी क्लिनिकल ओपीडीज अटेंड की हुई है. प्लीज डोंट डू दैट. जस्ट ट्राई टू बी humble, tell about your achievements, but don't oversell yourself. Don't go over the top. Be yourself. That's the most important thing. Be casual. You don't have to be, the brightest of all. कोई ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. Whenever you are appearing for an interview, when you come out, when you stand up, say thank you, be grateful, and you should have all the contacts to stay in touch. And yes, here the wait starts when you appear for an interview. Most of the interviews which you will be appear, as you know, interview is a elementary process. It is not a selection process. Out of 40, only 2 or 3 people get selected. Don't get demotivated. Maybe you are not matching their expectations right now, but you will get lot of opportunities in future. And interview से ही आप interviews के लिए सीखोगे. हाँ, कुछ private institutes या जैसे अगर आप ये courses वगैरह join करोगे, so they will even teach you how to appear for an interview. There are mock interviews. They'll tell you how to dress up. If your communication is weak, work on that. I think I've mentioned somewhere here, you can refer certain books to improve your English communication. Sometimes, you are not very confident about how you are. See here, I have mentioned everything. So how you improve your speaking skills, and best is to record your audios, listen to it, ask someone who's, maybe better than you, and that how to improve. अपनी आवाज को खुद सुनो, अपने वॉइस ओवर को, और देखो कि मेरे कहाँ प्रोनाउंसिएशन गलत हो रही है, कहाँ मैं कैसे बात कर रहा हूँ या कैसे कर रही हूँ, and you can improve on that. You can improve your speaking skills and keep up to date with the current issues. Of course, aptitude, reasoning, current affairs के लिए कुछ books हैं which I've mentioned. I've even mentioned certain motivational, sites. Jay Shetty, Gaur Gopal Das, Sandeep Maheshwari. These are all motivational gurus. Sometimes, some days you feel low that you are not doing enough. So just go to these sites. Just take some motivation from these videos and all that. You can do yoga, meditation, pranayam to keep yourself fit. Very important to keep yourself fit. And I won't recommend gymming here. You can go for any other way. Now, this is just a disclaimer. And that's it. So I think I have covered pretty well whatever I wanted to say through this PPT. So Dr. Ria, tell me any questions?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. That was really very enlightening and very much needed for all of us. Thank you so much for your insights and your, guidance today. And quickly, learners, please send your questions. We will take up the question and answer session in a minute. And while they are typing the questions, ma'am, can you please say a few words about the course? Vespa, you've already said a lot of things.
Exactly. And this is... Sure. Actually, this is a general anatomy and physiology course, and I think we have really worked hard and slogged for this. I can very proudly say that at least I have done Grey's Anatomy once again. I don't know about the students who will study or not. And the second course is also coming up, which is advanced. So what I have done is that I have divided into general anatomy and physiology, and then there is an advanced because certain topics need to be taken in depth. So I think that is still under preparation. We are doing that. So as I told you, I have divided it into 12-13 modules, and I have tried to cover all theoretical aspects. There are certain clinical highlighters there, clinical alerts, the memory alerts, then there are tables, there are MCQs, and everything is through anim. They have done beautiful animation. I don't think so I have done much. I am talking much. It's the animations which are talking, and I think it has come up really well. And the best part is that after finishing this course, when I matched it with this year's papers, most of the questions were covered of general anatomy and surgery. So that was very, motivating for me. If this course, this will help. At least general anatomy and physiology is covered. I have taken a lot of surgery and medicine questions also, because medicine is my main subject, which I am teaching in colleges right now. So that way, and then I think another course on community medicine is also coming up. So I think other teachers are also doing the same, if I'm not wrong, Dr. Ria. They are, dividing the whole course into certain modules, and then one by one we are taking each module, because, if you just pick up Grey's Anatomy today, it will become very difficult for a student during his internship or maybe after that how to start the anatomy. So that's how we did. We covered it, we tried to cover it in, I think 12 to 13 hours, or maybe chalo agar aap aur usko delay karke bhi padhoge, ruk ke bhi, it will take 15 to 20 hours. And since it is interactive, it is videos, it is animation, so at least you will, it is more impactful. So that's the only difference.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much. I would like to inform all our learners that especially for this course, that is General Anatomy and Physiology with Clinical Approach by Dr. Monica, we can offer you a flat 30% off only for today and tomorrow, and only for the webinar attendees today. So remember, this offer will stand only for 2 days, today and tomorrow, and you can use the code UPSC30, which I'm writing in the chat as well for you to remember. You can use this coupon code and get the course and start learning for your exams right away. Another important thing, I'm starting a poll. Please send your reviews on today's webinar and let us know how did you like it. And let's see how many questions we have, ma'am. So one learner is saying, can we please arrange a webinar for opportunities available in homeopathy? Definitely. I'll be after Dr. Monica now to
Sure. I mean,
do another session.
As I told you in the beginning only, that is my favorite topic. I would like to tell students that there are a lot of opportunities, because generally the young homeopaths, they are very demotivated. They don't want to open the clinic right away. There are a lot of opportunities, and if someone wants to get in touch with me personally also, I can tell that I have a mixed experience of government job, private sector, and due to some reasons I went abroad. I even tried to so if you have that seeking tendency, you have that seeking nature, you will find opportunity everywhere. So you will never be unemployed. So don't worry about being कि selection होगा कि नहीं, वैकेंसीज कब आएंगी. जितनी बार स्टूडेंट से बात करो, मैम वैकेंसीज नहीं आ रही है, मैम जॉब नहीं, अरे दैट इज नॉट योर deciding factor for your profession or for your future. If you are bright, if you are academically oriented, if you are a good clinician, lot of opportunities will come. So don't worry about that. So I'm right now working with a corporate, a public sector unit, ONGC. So I'll even tell about that कि public sectors में भी काफी homeopaths ले रहे हैं आजकल. So which is a good thing.
Thank you for inspiring us, ma'am. Okay, so another learner wants to know that after BHMS for government job, is it compulsory to give a competitive exam like UPSC? For a
no,
job,
not
is it?
For a government job, but I think now most of the government jobs are, you have to even complete your MD first.
Yes,
UPSC is only if there is a post through UPSC. If it's a medical officer, homeopathy in Delhi government or any government, yes, you have to give. But if suppose you are applying for a job in National Health Rural Mission, or you are applying for a job in any other government organization, everywhere you don't need a UPSC. It will depend on what organization you are applying to.
Yes,
so like in CCRH, you don't have to give UPSC. In CCRH, you get selected on the basis of initial जो भी research fellow, उनके senior research fellow, junior research fellow के post निकलते रहते हैं, and it's a good way of starting your career, and then you can go higher. Yes,
ma'am. Even there are opportunities as a junior research fellow for BHMS graduates.
Yeah. Junior research fellow. हाँ, BHMS graduates के लिए junior research fellows भी हैं, junior research associates भी हैं, NHRM में भी post निकलती हैं, and कुछ consultants की post होती हैं जिसमें exam नहीं देना होता है. If you have some experience, then you can apply for that also. अभी I think CCH ने भी कुछ consultants की post निकाली थी, उसमें exam नहीं था, सिर्फ interview था.
हाँ जी मैम. Okay.
But I would still suggest that even if you are not a very good test taker, I would still suggest that you should at least appear for a couple of exams in life. So that you will come to know whether you are a competitive exam material or not. Everyone cannot do a competitive exam. But it's okay if you appear once, and then you can, explore other fields. जरूरी नहीं है कि सब में exam ही देना होता है.
Yes.
Some people are better at giving interviews, and some people are better at writing. They can write papers. They are good at medical writing, so they can work in that field. And बाकी clinicians को तो कुछ करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. If you have very good clinical knowledge, then you don't need to appear for any exam. You just need to sit at your clinic.
Yes,
so that way.
Okay, so another learner wants to know, is there any chance to get job in a private hospital only by doing BHMS, like just undergraduation?
हाँ हाँ, आजकल काफी सारे लोग ले रहे हैं. हाँ हाँ, there are lot of again private hospitals are taking on the basis of BHMS also, but then then they are getting, see, like for example the criteria is BHMS, but when you go there and there are out of 10 8 people have already done an MD, so they will get an so there is a desirable qualification and there is an essential qualification. So I would really urge all of you that sooner or later, I think everyone should do a post graduation, because that is must, because then you will get a good grasp over your subject.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so do we have any more questions? Learners, please send your questions quickly. We don't have enough time. We're already running out of time. Don't think too much. Just send your questions. Dr. Monica will answer all your questions. Okay, so I think there are no more questions now, ma'am. Okay. All right. So somebody asked for this slide share, I think. So I would like to tell them that all the registrants of today's webinar will receive the replay link in their mail, and they can watch it as many times as they want and whenever they want. So you'll receive it in your mail 24 hours later. You can watch this again. If you have even missed anything in the starting, you can watch it again.
I am also getting a lot of queries regarding that, where to find the link of this. So I'm sure that you will take care. You will put link somewhere.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
ठीक.
They will, if they have registered for this webinar,
Okay,
they will receive the link, and then later we'll put it up on YouTube as well, on our YouTube handle. This webinar will be uploaded, so you can watch it there as well. Okay, so I guess we don't have any more questions, ma'am. Okay, so I think let's wind up. We've already crossed the timeline. If you want to,
that was because of the
something.
Connectivity issue.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm really, it is, we can, I hope that it is beneficial. I'm sure most of them will go back and read the PPT first and then again ask questions, because it could not be very interactive one, but there are a lot of things which we can discuss. So anyone who has any kind of, wherever I can help them, and my colleagues can help them. So we are always there to guide the juniors, the young aspirants. A lot of opportunities are there. So all the best to all of them. And thank you so much, Dr. Ria, for having such a wonderful webinar. It was quite, it was interesting. I also enjoyed it. After that marathon of, marathon of anatomy, surgery, medicine, and all. So this was a good break for me too.
And very practical one as well, the topic.
Yeah. You need to be very practical. I'm telling you. I think no one teaches you life skills. No one teaches you practical skills. So that is what is actually required. Well, that's also a very important component whenever you go for an exam or an interview or something. It's very important.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for today's great experience.
Thank you, Ria.
Thank you so much. All the learners who joined us here today, thank you so much for joining. And I apologize if I couldn't take up any question or missed any question, but I hope I've taken all of them. And so thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Be inspired. Dr. Monica has inspired us a lot today. So stay inspired, study hard, and achieve all that you want. Everything is possible. So all the best from Team THA. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. All the best to you too. You are doing a good job.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye-bye.